What? What is this? What is this? How is this bugged?
Oh, because there's no bugs in this game. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's definitely...
That's a problem.
There's way too many bugs in the raid. It is crazy how many bugs there are in the raid.
Am I lagging out?
I think I'm lagging out also.
I think the game's lagged out.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Two Guildless Idiots. Hi, Finn.
Hi, how's it going?
Technically, we're not guildless, buddy. We are still in a guild. I'm a member main. I'm holding on for dear life.
I'm holding on to it. Keeping it.
So this is our first video after our guild decided to stop raiding. You were there for the full month.
I was there, yeah.
You were there, live.
I wasn't relaxing on the bench for the last boss, you know? So,
yes, indeed. Indeed. You got to defeat it. I'd have to ask you this before we get into the depression. How was Denathrius? Because it looked boring.
It's a really good fight.
Excellent.
It is an excellent fight. On it, no meme.
Is it
the best fight? I think it's
not hard, right? Like, it didn't look it. No. You guys killed it so quickly.
I wouldn't say it's not. I wouldn't say it's easy, right? It's one of those fights that you can just learn each step and progress the boss, rather than having to like learn 10 different overlaps and like variations of spells. So yeah, it must have looked easier for sure. I don't think it was that much. It's not an easy boss. It's not a hard boss either. It's somewhere in the middle, but it's really fun. There's tons of action. You're always doing stuff. There's a couple of weird, kind of cool mechanics, like the melee ads that you have to kill the second one. You have to hit it from 25 yards away with a spell, and like it drags you over to him.
That is something I was looking forward to trying, because I only did 2 pulls of Mythic. Like, I stepped in when somebody's internet died, I think, and I didn't get to do that bit because you guys were still progressing phase 1, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to do that. But was that fun being thrown around everywhere?
It was super fun. Yeah. There's tons of stuff to dodge on the floor. It felt like you could like work to do your DPS properly. Yeah, I really liked it, actually. I really liked the fight. I think it's really good. It's a little bit undertuned, perhaps, in phase 1 and 2. Because in phase 1 and 2... we had to stop DPS on both phases at a point, just to push properly. But phase 3 was super fun. Is this Halls that we're going to?
It is, yeah.
Is it sure? Did you not say it was Spires?
Shit. Have I put the wrong key in? No, it is Halls. Yes, it is Halls.
Okay, good. We're good. But yeah, really good fight. Excellent fight. Managed to kill the boss and our guild in one night, so...
Without getting too crazy, then take me through it. You guys so it was Sunday night. And I know, audience. It sounds like I've not heard this. I have. I know what he's going to say. But for your sake, I will play it up as if it's the first time.
First time you've ever heard this story.
Yeah, Sunday night. It's coming. It's the end of raid night. Like, I went to bed half an hour before this point because I didn't think you were going to kill it, despite the fact that I'd seen you do a number of like 3 and 4% wipes. It was getting late. So I just thought to myself, I'm going to bed. But you killed Denathrius. It happens. Was there screams?
On the last pull of the night, yeah.
The last pull of the night.
Last pull of the night. Screams of relief instantly afterwards, I would say, that the tier was over. And then before that had even settled down, Alex said, right, there's something that we need to talk about. And I instantly knew that the guild was over. Like, yeah, we'd obviously spoken about it for weeks before.
It was not that surprising, yeah.
Yeah, I thought the guild was done ages ago. Like, during Stone Legion progress, for sure. But actually kind of before that. And yeah, so they just said, like, look, we don't want to play at the moment. We might come back. There's no guarantee that we will, though. So it would feel kind of bad to tell you to wait around, and then we maybe don't come back in time for next year. So if you guys want to continue to raid, continue to play the game, then we suggest you look for something else. And that was
Which has happened, yeah. We've had a number of players got to
Which has happened.
A couple of pizza pieces. And spread out through everywhere. You have not found a guild yet, and in fact, you've hit the same struggle that we both talked about. Is we really like raiding 3 days. That works for my life.
I do like 3 days. Yes, because of lockdown, I have some flexibility in that. Like, I don't have any responsibilities. Like, no wife, no kids, so I can kind of raid as much as I want. So I've thought about maybe doing 4 days. Maybe looking at a guild that does like 4, maybe 5 on first week. Just to see how that is. But yeah, there's a couple of things. Like, I don't want to day raid at all. Or I don't want a 7-day. That's just of no interest to me.
Yeah.
And that rules out, like, pretty much the top 20.
Then anyone we were really at the high end of the 3 days. Like,
yeah, we really are.
There's only like one guild above us, I think.
I'm not even sure they're actually 3-day either.
That's the scam. I talked about that in my video, is that there are... Because I did make a video sort of talking about the whole thing. I talked about it there, is that a lot of these guilds advertise stuff, and it's just not true.
Yeah.
Which is a problem.
We're a 3-day guild, but we raid 5 days for the first 2 weeks of progression. It's like, okay, you're not a 3-day guild then. That's fine, though. Like, I get it. Do your thing. But it's not for me. So yeah, I've been caught between that and this is going to sound super elitist, but it's me, God. No shock on these TDPs. But like, I also don't want to be that much slower in killing bosses than we are right now.
No, that's a genuine thing. And it happened, I tried it. I went back, I immediately dropped from like the top world era to like world 400. And it was really hard. But I'll be honest with you, it made me worse as a player. Because you can just get away with being really lazy. And you end up... And you feel yourself kind of adjust to that level. It's a weird thing. You need to play with people of the same caliber to make yourself better. That's all that is. If you're not surrounded by that environment, you don't push yourself. And you get lazy. And that's when it becomes a problem. That's when it becomes a problem. And I felt that happening. I was like, ugh. And there's so many other players who've gone from mythic to heroic who quit so quickly. Some people have made it, which is fine. Some people have made that adjustment, but for the most part, it's a case of if you go from something like mythic to heroic, that's rough. That's super rough.
I mean, the thing that surprised me was that I would say like 2-3 days after we stopped raiding, like half the roster had gone somewhere else. Which it was so quick. Like, people just instantly were on it. Like, right, I have friends in Mists, or I have friends in Atom, or wherever it is, and they just went. But yeah,
I wish I had that fire.
I'm kind of stalling a little bit, if I'm honest. I've applied to one guild, but I'm not entirely sure if I'll get in. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting few weeks.
Well, something you pointed out to me just before we started recording today is about... one sec, I'll lust pet. One thing you pointed out to me before is a lot of guilds just died. Like, a lot. And that means there's like 80 raiders looking for high-end spots right now. That's a lot of people who are looking for a raid spot. And there just isn't that. But as you said, it's a really awkward line in the mythic space right now, because the mythic space has been somewhat declining over years. And as a top guild falls, only a few keep going. You know, a lot of people drift off, and that group of people gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And when you have like 80 people suddenly sort of flood the market, would be an accurate way of saying it. You have that happen. It's not easy, because these guilds have the pickings. You know what I mean? They have the absolute pickings of where to go. So it's tough, man. It's really tough. But I'm not feeling... I do not miss raiding right now. I think because our progress was up. You know, we had done. And I'd also, because I'd stopped at Stone Legion, essentially. Yeah. Like, I'd already resigned myself, so I was on farm before the last boss died. Does that make sense? I was in farm mode at that point. I was auto in farm mode. And at that point, is he pulling these two over here? I assume he is.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Mustang. Let's kill these fuzzy bears, shall we? Die, fuzzy bears. Don't pull them out of my spirits. Oh, he did.
Oh, no. Okay, he's coming back. He's coming back.
He's coming back. Come back into the spirits.
He's doing all right.
And they're out the spirits again. I cannot accept.
But yeah, I think like I don't know. It seems like I'm not sure if I don't miss the raid. That's the part.
No,
that's the important part. I do miss raiding with the guys. Like as much as it was a bit of a meme, we normally get pinged by Alex every Wednesday, or every raid day, and it's like invites are up on my hunter, so you know you can invite on Alex. And that ping still went out yesterday, just from different people being like raids up. Oh no, wait. So like that sort of stuff was pretty sad. I've just been playing. I've been playing Apex with the boys, honestly. New Apex season and stuff. So
that is really funny. They still sent the ping out, the dickheads.
Yeah, still got the ping out.
That's such fucking morons, man. I swear to God. What are you going to play then in your new guild? Before we go into the more detailed stuff, what are you applying on your monk, or is the melee dream dead? I notice you're on your warlock right now.
I'm not as good on my monk as I am on my warlock and my priest. Mm-hmm. So I am assuming that guilds will want me on my ranged characters. And I'm putting a little bit of effort into my ranged characters at the moment.
That's fair.
I'm not.
I mean, you're going to have to go through a trial process, right?
Kill me, honestly. I'd rather not.
I know. I loved that
our
guild never had a trial process. I loved that. It was just like, if you're here, you should be here. There's no trial process. Like, grow up. But a lot of guilds still do a trial process. And maybe, I know some people are like, of course there's a trial process, Mike. You're so in a bubble. Like, trust me. Like, as the higher up you go, that becomes less of a thing because you should have been audited, essentially, into being in the guild.
Yes.
Because your raiders don't tolerate bad invites, really. And we've had some bad invites over the years, and the raiders just do not like it. Like, if there's somebody there who's not pulling their weight, or are just not even fitting in personality-wise, that's when you know things are changing. And,
definitely.
It's interesting. I forgot to list the first pack. I'm an idiot.
Oh, yes, he did. Some of the auditing that's going into even the applications, or the application that I've made, and some of the applications that other people have made, it's intense, dude.
Example?
I put in less. I think Keg, I don't know if you'll mind me saying this, but I think Keg has had a message interview and then a voice interview scheduled for one of the guilds. And honestly, I did less to get my current job. So I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. Really.
Pull more. We got lust. Pull
more with lust and prideful. Come on, my dude.
Come on, dude. You're screwing us over here, bro. Let us fly. We just want to fly. I want a Nelly Furtado. You feel me? Let me fly, man. I've got 30 seconds of Prideful left. Let me fly. We're flying here anyway, Finn. You ready to fly?
Yeah, definitely.
Right,
I've got my Infernal and everything.
All right, here we go. We're fucking flying. Balls to this. I'm flying. You can't stop me, tank. I'm flying.
I'm not outranging that either.
Oh, you devil. You are a devil spawn.
Oh.
That's
Look
sad.
At the Destro lock, though.
What? Destro lock?
Hell
you get one buff and you think you're the shit.
Got one buff and it's like Biss now. No, not really. But
you sound like THT.
I just don't want to play Affliction in Keys, honestly. Thank God for that buff. I think it's made this kind of playable, so we'll go from there.
I remember my first voice call interview, by the way, with Roger Brown, and it was really mine was. I was surprised as well when it got to the stage. It's like, we need to talk to you first, and it actually was really good. It was like to get to know people. I think it was a really good idea to do that voice call thing. But it does, like, on the face, you're talking about World of Warcraft, right? It's not a job interview.
it's like there's only an amount of serious that I can take it. If I'm honest, like
I'm with you. I'm too old. I'm too fucking old. I'm not taking it seriously.
This is why I'm saying, like, I'm not sure if I'll get into this guild or not. My application was minimum effort.
Oh no!
I mean, it was pretty much like, here's my character. I'm not very good on monk. You probably want my priest. Ask anyone about me. That's pretty much it.
Just call me. Left you Twitter card. Just tweet me.
Just ask someone. I don't care anymore. Just ask somebody. Like, so I know you're going to look at my logs. I know you're going to look at this stuff. Just ask people if you're unsure.
I bet you're salty now, because one of the big things that we did this tier that both of us disliked was a lot of stop starting, and a lot of guilds started to phase that out, but we didn't, for the sake of safety on clears. Our guild was very focused on safe, reliable clears. We had a meme in the guild, which was we're doing Mother the normal way. Even to the end of the tier, we did Mother the normal way. And it used
Mother
to drive
in 3 rooms.
Mother in 3 rooms was a meme. Even though we were like, dude, we can blast this boss into next week. Al was very much like, yeah, I don't care. I want us to kill the boss. Our logs are hidden. It doesn't matter. Let's just clear it, never wipe, and go on with our lives.
Yeah.
But now we have to apply to guilds. It's like, hey, this is like a grey log. Like,
Yeah, my logs are terrible. Like, my Stone Legion one in particular really annoys me. Because Windwalker Monk on Stone Legion flies.
Yep.
It's insane. You just get to spin the whole time. You can mark up every target that spawns, and you get to use your Zuen and stuff on like AoE. I didn't, though. I had to single target down Goliaths with my CDs. So my Stone Legion log is dog shit, and I honestly don't think I'll be able to explain it accurately to people. They're like, you're literally doing half the damage of some Windwalkers. Like, I know, trust me. Like,
yeah,
I know.
You're telling me.
I know. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I didn't want to do this either. It's
That's really funny. I shouldn't laugh for it. It's really funny.
So yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. Yeah, I know it's terrible. I get it. So
I didn't even have PI. Like, what? What?
I know.
Fun times. I mean,
well,
at least
that
you have
is the one
video.
thing.
Did you record some? Because I have the video was just stood AFK for like 20, 30 seconds.
I do not record raids at all.
Rookie mistake,
I've done it once before to like try and watch myself on Windwalker at the start, and it just made me so sad that I didn't want to do it again. I really think
long here.
My Windwalker is very bad. I feel way less comfortable on it than anything else. My main regret actually for this tier now is that I really wish I'd stayed ranged.
Oh yeah.
Because if I'd stayed ranged, I probably would have had semi-decent logs, and it would make it easier to get into a guild as ranged. So yeah, we'll see.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Exactly.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Didn't.
Didn't. Definitely didn't. That's part of the problem.
I like that as a thing. Well, we said that we weren't surprised. I think we should talk about that a little bit, because people are probably like, but you didn't expect this to happen. Like, there was something wrong, and this is what I tried to point out in the video when the guild died. Something wasn't right. And it was really annoying to figure out what exactly was wrong, and it felt like, at least for me, when my last guild died, because something was wrong. And it was obvious. You could just feel the tension in the air. And that's when we suspected. We had like a private conversation where we were like, I think the guild might die. And people were like, what? Why? Why would your guild die? I'm like, there's something just not right. And it was I think I tried to make this point abundantly clear. There was a number of things. There's not one thing. It was little things. It was, a million tiny cuts, I think. Like, the atmosphere was slightly different. The way we raided was slightly different. The way the groups were made was slightly different. The way people were having fun was different. To the point, ergo read, not having fun.
Yeah. On Stone Legion, not at all. Yeah.
Stone Legion was bad. Yeah. Do you think Stone Legion contributed, like, an enormous percentage to why the guild died? Like, in your personal thoughts? Or was it... Because I kind of felt it was wrong before Stone Legion.
I think it was wrong before Stone Legion. I think for myself, I've never been more miserable progressing a boss than Stone Legion. I think Stone Legion might actually be the worst boss I've ever played in WoW.
Wow, really?
On progress. What
would be your second? Out of curiosity. I'm just trying to get a scale of where you would be at.
Oh my god, where would be my second? I think my second would actually be probably Mistress Sazine. In Tomb.
Oh, that's rough. That was a rough day. It's a bad day at the office, that one.
Because I hated that fight as well, and it took us way too long to kill it in my previous guild. I think we did like 3... We did more wipes on that than we did on Kill Jaden. to put that into
What?
context. Yeah, I know.
That sounds insane to me.
But I would rather progress that 100 times than go back to Stone Legion. Because that boss was the worst. It was terrible getting into an intermission and then the ad just bugging through the floor. And you're like, okay, this is now we have to AFK for like a minute. Yeah, it felt terrible. And I think everyone's morale was just like all-time low on that fight. And it made it feel like not really our guild more than it already did.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah.
Right, don't do anything fancy, Mr. Tankman. Don't do it. He's thinking about it. I know he is.
He's looking at things. He's moving.
I'm trying to bait for him. Don't do it, dude. Just chill. I haven't... You know how lazy I've become? And this is genuinely something I wanted to talk to you about, is I don't know what people do in this game if they're not raiding. Like, I have no idea. Like, as soon as we stop raiding, I'm sure part of this is the fallout of our guilds immediately. Just stopped raiding. I haven't done my Renown for this week, and I could get quite a significant DPS upgrade. I haven't done that.
You gotta get the burrs, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I get like a 200 DPS increase right now, and I just feel like, for what? Like, for what? I will get it at some point, I'm sure, but as of right now, no thanks. Not been something I've been thinking about.
That's the one thing I've been kind of thinking about, is like, if I don't raid, would I even want to play this game?
Oh, I wouldn't. No, not at all.
And the answer is like, no, not at all. No. I don't have any real interest in it outside of raiding. I like doing M+, but I like doing M+ with the end goal of being like geared for raid. I
agree. Yeah, I like doing M+ as a side activity to raiding.
Yes.
That's how I look at M+. Like, doing my weekly M+, I actually don't have a problem with. We also have that added benefit, I guess, as if you're a Mythic Raider especially, is that you, and now the Heroic Raiders are probably feeling this too, is you hit that point where you don't really need your M+ anymore. You know, you're already geared enough.
Besides my monk is there right now. Yeah. Actually, it can't get an upgrade from M+ at the moment on my monk, which is nice.
No, same. My hunter can't get an upgrade from here anymore. But the weekly vault is fine enough to get together and do some dungeons. Like, I'm having fun right now. I want to be clear. I'm enjoying this. This is fun for me.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah.
This is a nice, fun little thing to do for a half an hour and play a really good game. But if the end goal's not there for raiding, the daily sort of raid aspect, the daily gameplay of it, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like the more every day and stuff, yikes.
I have actually been doing that on my ranged the last couple of days, and it is soul destroying. I hate that place.
I wonder what they're going to do to it in 9.1, because we do have BlizzCon Line coming. BlizzCon Online.
Yeah.
Did you see what the Blizzard sent me, by the way? Okay, guys, I'm going to give you a spoiler. Blizzard sent me a care package today, which always makes me super excited when Blizzard sends me a present. This is soul destroying. They sent me my Welcome to BlizzCon Online little leaflet, and they sent me, for the online version, my BlizzCon lanyard and my face mask to wear at BlizzCon. Here it is. I'm just going to put it on right now. There's my official BlizzCon face mask, so we don't infect anybody. I've got headphones on. But it has a BlizzCon 30th anniversary label on it. And here's my official BlizzCon lanyard. And honestly, I was so depressed when I opened it. I was like, oh my god. You've just reminded me there's not even a BlizzCon. Ugh.
Yeah. I am excited for it, though. I am excited for BlizzCon Online.
Sick.
Wherever they've done it, yeah.
Yeah, it should be awesome. They don't need to redesign any of the main systems. Besides, the Maw needs some love. But I don't think they're going to do much with it other than add to it like they did with Suramar.
Yep. Just some PvE loot things, and I'd be very happy, honestly.
Yeah. What we're not doing is waiting for like a redesign of the Azerite system, you know? We're not waiting for that.
Thank God for that.
We're not waiting for a brand new system to come into the game or anything like that. Yeah. We get flying, in fact. We know that is 9.1. I'm pretty sure we know that, don't we?
Oh, do we?
I'm pretty sure we do. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we do know that's going to happen.
If it doesn't happen now, people are going to be mad, just saying, because you just confirmed it. So
I'm pretty sure it is confirmed. Am I wrong?
Okay.
I could be. I might not be confirmed. I don't know. But my plan with the guild right now is that I'm going to just wait, honestly. I don't want to... Because I genuinely do not want to farm Castle Nathria, like, at all.
I do think
melees.
that it's a 1 day clear. It's an easy 1 day clear note, which is kind of nice for me. I'm down to just farm for a day. I'm alright with that.
I want to see what the next raid tier is, because another thing we talked about before this started, and you went, oh no, is what I could do. I could turn this into a content opportunity, which is I could pug the next tier and see what it's like to live like that. I could do that. I'd be kind of interested to do that. Do you think that's the most horrific idea?
I don't think you
you've
actually
ever heard?
want to do that. I think that's
Oh,
maybe
just
the worst
Alt F4.
idea you've ever had. Did you?
Tell them they'll be down in a sec. I was whipping out my pet, which is Alt 4, and my instinctive hands went to Alt F4. My muscle memory was like, yeah, Alt F4. Have you pulled the boss?
No. We're getting pride from the next guy. It's all good.
Oh, okay. I'm here.
Yeah,
I
think turning it into like a pug content thing is the worst idea you've ever had. Honestly.
And you've heard some of my awful ideas.
I've heard a lot of your ideas, and that's the worst one. That's how I want to put that in context for you. Terrible. I pugged a little bit on my druid, and you know what's happened since I finished the last video on my druid? I've not logged back into it. Because that character now, my brain associates that with pugging, and I never want to touch it again. Ever. Not even a little bit. No. That'll be so destroyed, dude. I couldn't pug a raid tier. There's no way.
Oh, on trash, I mean, not that you're trash.
Okay, trash. He says.
I know. I just said when we were working out when Bloodlust was going to happen. I was like, he's like, should we have it on trash or on the boss? And then he goes, oh yeah, the boss is probably actually going to be really easy. So I was like, oh okay, trash. But it looks like I just called him trash.
People say I'm mean to the pugs.
I wasn't being mean. At least
Honestly.
I clarified myself. You would have sat there letting him think I was calling him trash.
No, that's not me. How dare you?
All right. Okay, don't you claim all my AoE here. That's all I'm saying, right? Okay?
What? I would never.
I suspect you lie.
I would
drop.
never. I'm actually going to use my AoE
drop,
spell.
though? Did you even see that drop, honestly?
Perfect drop, honestly. It was great. I'm proud of you.
Don't you dare move out of my wild spirits. Holy Jesus! Okay, thank you.
No, you're fine, dude.
Yeah, please return to your normal scheduled AoE.
Yeah.
I hate that this stuns me during my coolies. Like, you're actually hard trolling, boss. This was my moment.
3
to
infernals
shine.
up there.
You have 3 infernals. Do you remember the alpha and the beta? Where they were just blocking off themselves. So
Yeah. It still procs a lot, honestly.
I don't think you've had them so they're like despawning each other anymore, right?
No, I've not had them despawning each other yet. No. But it doesn't feel terrible, honestly.
Oh, I'm saving.
It does not feel terrible.
Is this a mistake? Maybe I should have gone for the AoE then. Hard to say. But here's Stone Call. It was all timed.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to get all the big juicy cleaving.
I'm just going to have like a Chaos Bolt. Because those ones over the other side are bugged, so we just leave them.
What? What is this? What is this? How is this bugged?
Oh, because there's no bugs in this game. Don't worry about it.
That was an interesting point Keg made, and I don't want to be bashing World of Warcraft, but we've encountered so many big bugs, to say the least. We've had so many bugs that it was very obvious to point out to say there are, in terms of the raiding, and I want to be really clear on this because people will take this the wrong way. In terms of the raiding and the mythic raiding, where there are a lot of bugs right now, one thing that was said a few times to me was there are just better games out there right now that are not dealing with that. They're certainly in a polished sort of AAA game, you know? And that's not something I can say isn't true. Because that is true.
Yeah. I think there's definitely...
That's a problem.
There's way too many bugs in the raid. It is crazy how many bugs there are in the raid. Stone Legion alone had more bugs than I think any other boss I've progressed.
Yeah.
Pretty much ever.
But a lot of them
normally,
have bugs. Sludge Fist has had some serious bugs.
Yeah.
Artificer had quite a few bugs. I'm trying to think. I don't think Hungering did. No one cares about Shriekwing, obviously.
Yeah, the first few were fine. I think because it's weird. Normally, like, you know, Limit Echo, those sort of guys, they get all the bugs and then it's fixed by the time it gets to me, which is great. But this time, not so much. A lot of them just persisted the entire time we were progressing. It's kind of frustrating. A lot of them are still there now. I know the Stone Legion one
which is the weird thing. It's like they're still not fixed, which is
they've actually
mental.
Almost fundamentally changed that boss, and it's still bugged. Like that is weird to me that you would like nerf the boss, change how its spells interact, and not fix Draven going AFK midway through the fight. Like, I don't know. It's really
very
strange.
Bizarre.
Yeah,
very bizarre.
And then you look at like PoE with their launch of their new season. It's been so good. Ton of changes. Doesn't seem to be that many problems, and if there's problems, they fix it really quickly. Even Apex, which I've been playing a lot this week, brand new season, new map, totally like brand new stuff. There's a couple of bugs, but it's nothing like how game breaking some of the stuff in WoW has been. So
yeah, why is that though? Like, I mean, I'm not a coder. I don't pretend to be. And I've seen many times over my years of playing World of Warcraft that they fix the running animation on somebody in the Barrens, and suddenly Maiden of Virtue is now upside down. I've seen that happen, and I understand that the way game code works has some really funky interactions. But it feels like it's just been left, and I often wonder, and I know the Mythic community feels this way a lot, is that there's so few of us that they genuinely don't see it as anywhere close to a priority, because it's like, okay, it's 200 people, which, mathematically makes sense. But it's just so frustrating for those guys who are there to be like, okay, you're making us spend hours and hours here because the boss doesn't work. Like, that's just not fun, dude. That's not fun. It's not interesting. And it definitely makes people go, well, yeah, wouldn't I just play something else that isn't doing this, and I could just enjoy it.
Definitely. 100%. It makes me really frustrated. I do a little bit of coding in my job. Not anywhere near the sort of level that is required to code a game like this.
Yeah.
But a lot of it seems to be... I mean, a lot of the issues on Stone Legion, for example, is that pet and NPC AI in this game is generally bad.
Yep.
That can be
the reason
pretty...
I don't like pet classes. I've said that for years.
There's like BM Hunter on Carapace, you'd have to like resummon your pets when you went through phases and stuff because they'd get stuck on walls. Like that's the sort of thing that's been around forever. So making a boss mechanic around that AI is obviously not a great idea. If you can't fix it for years, you're probably not going to be able to fix it now. And that seems to be the point that's kind of frustrating to me, because you know your limitations as a game and you just don't play into them really. At least that's what I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong, and someone will explain it a little bit better.
Hopefulness. But... Yeah, I think there's a hope. I know exactly what you're saying, and maybe it's not super clear, but I get exactly what you're saying. Is that if you know this is going to be I mean, I'm assuming this is, so correct me if I'm not getting this, but if you know this is a problem, don't build a boss where this problem makes it worse.
Yes.
Like, that makes no sense. And I think the attitude that Blizzard has, and this is what I get from the devs, is they're really hopeful that, no, we can solve that. I'd rather the pressure be on us to fix that than to avoid something that might be interesting because of that. Which is noble, to say the least, but it's not half fucking frustrating when you don't fix it. You know what I mean? That's when it becomes a big problem. It's nice to have
that sort of aspiration, but I think once you're 4 or 5 years deep, you kind of have to accept defeat.
Well, we said that same thing about the Covenant system, right? Remember? It's like, it's really noble. Like, when we did the interviews and stuff, it really is very noble to be like, we want the pressure to be on us to make the Covenant system interesting. So we're going to work hard to make that happen. That is a really good and noble thing. It really is. But reality is called, and that's never been able to be something you guys could do. Ever. Yeah. Not a single time. And that's where we run into this issue where it's like, this isn't going to pay off. Like, and it's going to be a problem. And now I know people will say, yeah, but the Covenant system's fine. It's not. Like, we statistically know that's not true. We did a whole video on that last week. If you want to see those sort of numbers, like, we know that is not the case. Just everybody went meta for the. I mean, when I say everybody, I mean the overwhelming majority of players went whatever the meta happens to be. There's some conspiratorial theory inside the office that it's not surprising that the most thematically logical choices of classes also turned out to be the best ones. That does seem quite suspicious, with a 25% chance for that to be the case, that it seemed to work out nearly 100% of the time. Whichever was the most popular on the beta turned into being the best one. So, yeah. But obviously we can't prove that, but I could say my thoughts on that.
There's definitely... There's another part in there as well, which we could probably do an entirely separate video about. In that the Covenant system kind of works right now because you have 30 Renown and you know that you're the one that you want to be at the moment. But it becomes a little bit difficult if they buff or change it next patch.
Yeah.
I am very worried about next patch Covenant changes. Because if they suddenly change, I don't know, Affliction Warlock becomes Necrolord again, I have to grind like 30 plus Renown at the moment to get back up to the stage I was before. That's pretty rough.
That is a lot. Yeah, the catch-up system is random, as we've established now. It is a completely RNG situation.
Totally
it's
RNG.
Fast, but it's RNG. So there's not much you can do to change that fact, unfortunately. So yeah, it could be a problem unless they have planned for that and they're going to make it some sort of like auto catch-up. Or make swapping different. They could do something along those lines. It'd be interesting to see, because we do know that they plan to make changes, if they are going to make changes. We don't know they're going to make changes, but if they are, they want it to be between major patches so that people can be ready for next tier, should they be min-maxing or whatever. But you're not wrong, it will be interesting to see what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you've re-rolled recently, right? Didn't you re-roll really recently? Am I lagging out?
I think I'm lagging out also.
I think the game's lagged out.
Uh-oh. It's alright, one of our guys just got a Keystone Master achievement.
Okay, so we killed it.
We've killed it.
It's definitely dead.
About.
What an irony after what we talked about in this video, Finn. Here we are.
It's alright. No worries. I mean, I can talk in chat. GG boys.
No, that's what I'm saying. The game bugged out on us.
Yeah, I'm frozen at 4%.
The dude's got his loot.
Wait, is that the ring? Oh my god, roll. I want it. Give it.
I can't roll for that, dude. I can't roll for that ring.
Hell yeah. If you can trade it to me, because currently I'm frozen in a channel demon fire at 4% on the boss.
I can see. You look very pretty. You look very... I don't know what you're talking about, Finn. This game is not even remotely bugged.
This is fine. I don't know. We've got 2 minutes left to time the key. Do you think we'll make it?
Let me just ask the tank real quick. Your thoughts? Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, there's the end of the TDP. Two guildless morons still sort of dwelling on the past. Trying to live through the realities. What will become? I don't know, but I'd love to see your interest. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Cheers, bye.